Hi, I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you today. I'm in Europe on business, but I wanted to thank you for all that you do to try to keep feet to the fire, and especially now as we move into the implementation stage of the Sustainable Development Goals. Of course, the first test of how serious we really were as an international community when we adopted the goals just last month is the gathering in Paris in less than 6 weeks' time to discuss climate change. This will be the first chance that political leaders have to stand up and be counted in terms of the expression of their ambition to move sustainable development forward and to move in particular growth onto a low carbon trajectory and to invest in the resilience that we need so desperately. The goals that we agreed were 2030 goals, but as I transition from my position as the envoy for climate change here at the World Bank Group to CEO of Sustainable Energy for All and Special Representative of the Secretary General for Sustainable Energy, I'm very focused on front-loading the energy goal. Front-loading it because without that, it's going to be very difficult to achieve the goals on health, on education, on gender equality, and on and on. We will need sustainable energy to really deliver on that political promise that we will leave no one behind. We will leave no one behind as we move towards a lower carbon pathway of growth. We'll leave no one behind as we have to cope with the extreme weather events that are associated with climate change. So as we front load this goal, this means that we need to pursue the three indicators within that SDG 7, or the three goals of SE for All, on energy access, on a greater penetration of renewables in the energy mix, and really a revolution in efficiency. Sometimes these are thought of as three separate goals, but more and more, and this is what I want to do in Sustainable Energy for All, is to see how those three goals come together. If we can have a revolution in the efficiency of appliances and have super efficient air conditioning across the world that has aspirations to be middle class, so the energy access debate becomes even more achievable, even more realisable, so that there's a fundamental linkage between access and efficiency. As the prices come down for solar batteries and solar generators, so it's possible to imagine that we can take off-grid communities and make sure that they've got one solar lantern, but then upgrade them until they've got devices at home that can power the fan, that can power 3 cell phones, that can power a clean cook stove, electric induction, and can power a 19-inch television. And this will be affordable through some of the new financial platforms that are being created through mobile money and other savings instruments for low-income households. So it's possible to imagine that we can achieve the goals in renewable and the goals in access at the same time. So as those three goals come together, as we measure progress against those indicators together, and as we front load the energy goal, I hope that we can power success towards the rest of the SDGs. But to do that, we have to have an ambitious agreement in Paris. We need to agree that we are actually all moving on that trajectory towards low carbon growth. We need to agree that we are all going to invest in our resilience, and to do that we need to manage the economy smartly for a cleaner future and for a more equitable future. That way, the Secretary General's words that we would be the first generation that has the opportunity to eradicate poverty, the last generation that has the opportunity to combat climate change, and that in so doing we should not leave anybody behind. We have to work together. I'm looking forward to working with you as a committee of NGOs, and I hope that it can be of service to you in the years to come. Thank you.